Hey everyone, it's Jefferson here. Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered if those old VHS tapes collecting dust in your basement could be worth a fortune? Today, we're diving into the 10 classic horror films that collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. So buckle up, grab your flashlight, and get ready to raid your attic, because we're about to embark on a nostalgic trip down memory lane to uncover some hidden treasures.
Kicking off our list at number 1 is a true collector's item. Silent Night, Deadly Night. This 1984 American slasher film follows the story of Billy, a young man traumatized by a childhood event involving a killer Santa. The movie caused quite a stir upon its release, with many protesting its graphic content and questioning the choice of using Santa Claus as a vessel for such horrific acts. However, this controversy only seemed to amplify its notoriety, turning it into a cult classic among horror fans. The rarity of finding a well-preserved copy from its original release, coupled with its cult following, has driven the price up significantly. In fact, a mint-condition copy recently sold for a whopping $10,000. It just goes to show the enduring power of nostalgia and the value collectors place on owning a piece of cinematic history. So if you happen to have a copy of Silent Night, Deadly Night lying around, especially if it's in mint condition, you might want to get it appraised.
At number 2, we have a terrifying tale from Spain and Italy, Don't Open the Window, also known as The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue. This 1974 zombie flick dives into a world where the dead are resurrected by pesticides, creating a horrifyingly gruesome scenario for the living. The film follows the journey of two unlikely allies, George and Edna, as they find themselves trapped in a small town amidst a growing zombie outbreak. What sets Don't Open the Window apart from other zombie movies of its time is its eerie atmosphere and suspenseful plot line. Finding a well-preserved VHS copy, especially with its original artwork, is like discovering a hidden gem. And that gem could be worth a pretty penny, with copies in excellent condition fetching up to $2,500.
Coming in at number 3 is a film that pushes the boundaries of the vampire genre, Lemora, the Lady Dracula. This 1973 cult classic tells the story of Lila, a young girl on a journey through the American South during the Depression era. Her path takes an unexpected turn when she encounters Lemora, a mysterious and alluring woman who also happens to be a vampire. The film explores themes of innocence lost, forbidden desires, and the seductive power of darkness. Lemora, the Lady Dracula, gained a cult following for its unique take on vampire lore and its exploration of female sexuality in a genre often dominated by male perspectives. This rarity and its cult status have made original VHS copies highly sought after by collectors, with prices often exceeding $1,000. So if you happen to have a copy of this cult classic tucked away in your collection, you might be holding on to a valuable piece of cinematic history.
At number 4, we have a film that's not for the faint of heart, The Flesh Eaters. This 1964 low-budget horror film dives headfirst into the gruesome and macabre, offering a chilling tale of survival against all odds. The story unfolds on a desolate island where a group of unsuspecting individuals finds themselves stranded after their plane crashes. However, their fight for survival takes a terrifying turn when they encounter flesh-eating organisms lurking in the shadows. The Flesh Eaters, despite its limited budget, gained a cult following for its practical effects and unrelenting gore. Today, VHS copies of The Flesh Eaters are highly sought after by collectors, with well-preserved copies fetching up to $700.
Coming in at number 5 is a film that takes the Frankenstein story to a whole new level of bizarre, Frankenstein's Castle of Freaks. This 1974 Italian horror film throws conventional storytelling out the window and delivers a wild ride filled with monsters, mayhem, and a healthy dose of the absurd. The film follows the exploits of the infamous Dr. Frankenstein as he attempts to create the perfect human being. However, his experiments take a sinister turn, resulting in a castle full of grotesque and terrifying creatures. Despite its flaws, or perhaps because of them, the film has gained a cult following over the years, with fans appreciating its unique brand of schlocky entertainment. Today, VHS copies of this cult oddity can sell for a respectable $500, proving that sometimes, the strangest films are the ones that endure. So if you're in the mood for a truly bizarre cinematic experience, dust off your VHS player and prepare to enter Frankenstein's Castle of Freaks.
At number 6, we have a true horror icon, Halloween. This 1978 slasher masterpiece, directed by John Carpenter, introduced the world to Michael Myers, the masked killer who has haunted our nightmares ever since. Halloween is a masterclass in suspense and terror, with Carpenter's minimalist direction and eerie score creating an atmosphere of unrelenting dread. Halloween not only spawned a franchise that continues to this day, but also helped to solidify the slasher genre as a staple of horror cinema. Mint-condition copies of the original Halloween on VHS can now fetch around $300, a testament to the film's enduring legacy and its place in horror history. So, if you're looking for a true Halloween scare, look no further than the original Halloween on VHS.
Coming in at number 7 is a film that needs no introduction, The Evil Dead. This 1981 supernatural horror film, directed by Sam Raimi, launched the careers of both Raimi and its star Bruce Campbell, and spawned a franchise that continues to this day. The film follows a group of friends who head to a remote cabin in the woods for a weekend getaway. However, their vacation takes a terrifying turn when they accidentally unleash a demonic force that possesses them one by one. While standard VHS copies of The Evil Dead are relatively common, those with the special edition VHS jacket are highly sought after by collectors, fetching up to $250. So if you're a fan of The Evil Dead and have a copy with the special edition jacket, hold on to it. It's a valuable piece of horror history.
At number 8, we have a film that takes us deep into the heart of Florida's swamps, Death Curse of Tartu. This 1966 horror film, directed by William Greif, is a prime example of regional horror filmmaking, showcasing the unique flavor and atmosphere of Florida's backwoods. The film follows a group of individuals who find themselves terrorized by Tartu, an ancient Native American spirit who seeks revenge on those who dare to disturb his resting place. Death Curse of Tartu has gained a cult following over the years, with fans appreciating its regional charm and its unique place in horror history. Today, VHS copies of this swamp-dwelling horror flick can fetch up to $200, proving that sometimes the most obscure horror films are the ones that hold the most value.
Coming in at number 9 is another horror classic that needs no introduction, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This 1974 slasher masterpiece, directed by Tobe Hooper, is a relentless assault on the senses, a film that burrows under your skin and stays there long after the credits have rolled. The film follows a group of friends who encounter a family of cannibalistic killers, including the iconic Leatherface, while traveling through rural Texas. Hooper's documentary-like approach, coupled with the film's grainy aesthetic and disturbing sound design, creates an atmosphere of unrelenting realism, making the horrors unfolding on screen feel all the more terrifying. Today, original VHS copies of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre can sell for a pretty penny, with some going for as much as $199. So, if you're a fan of horror cinema and have a copy of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on VHS, hold on to it. It's a valuable piece of horror history.
And finally, at number 10, we have a film that's a bit more on the fun side of horror, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This 1988 cult classic, directed by the Chiodo brothers, is a perfect blend of horror and comedy, delivering a film that's as entertaining as it is visually inventive. The film follows a group of teenagers who must defend their small town from an invasion of, you guessed it, killer clowns from outer space. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is a visual feast, with its colorful production design, creative creature effects, and over-the-top performances. What makes the VHS version of Killer Clowns from Outer Space particularly special is the inclusion of a music video that was not included on later DVD or Blu-ray releases. This makes the VHS version a must-have for die-hard fans, and copies can sell for around $100. So if you're looking for a fun, campy horror film to add to your collection, be sure to keep an eye out for Killer Clowns from Outer Space on VHS.
So, do you have any of these valuable VHS tapes lying around? It might be time to dust them off and see what they're worth. You never know. That old box of tapes in your attic could be hiding a small fortune. For listing your VHS tape, any online marketplace will suffice, though eBay is highly recommended as it's where many valuable VHS tapes have recently been sold. Happy selling, and may your VHS tapes bring you unexpected riches.